Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today we are going to discuss philosophies of education. So itong topic na to ay masyadong crucial kasi nga po mahirap yung philosophies of education, especially kung babasahin mo yung definition na pagkahaba-haba ng bawat discipline. So ngayon ang gagawin natin is that I will give you the keywords lang po nitong mga philosophies, and nasa sa inyo na kung gusto nyong basahin yung pagkahaba-habang definitions ng bawat philosophy na ito. Now, this video aims to help you understand the different philosophies in an easy way through keywords. Then, ito na po, point out some key points on how to answer let questions about philosophies of education. So, gaya ng dati, meron po tayong two parts. The first one is the discussion about the philosophies, and the second part is about the sample let questions and rationalization on how to answer let questions when it comes to philosophies of education. So, let's start. Now, the first philosophy of education that I have put here is essentialism. Ano yung mga keywords natin for essentialism? So, we have here, syempre, 3 R's. Yung 3 R's po kasi is the basic, important, and also fundamentals, and subject-centered curriculum. So, yun po yung mga dapat nating tandaan about essentialism. Now, the next one is pragmatism. Ano yung dapat nating tandaan about pragmatism? You have here apply, practice, reversible, temporary, and change. So, pag sinabing pragmatism, nagbabago siya. As compared with perennialism, na kabaliktaran po siya ng pragmatism, ito ay constant, permanent, irreversible, unchanging, and forever. Sana all may forever. Now, the next one is realism. Pag sinabing realism, yung tangible or nahawakan or actual, and it's based on the observation or observation-based curriculum. So, from the word itself, real. As compared naman po, or by the way, sa realism pala, meron tayong two kinds of realism or two parts or basta two kinds of realism. We have empiricism, which is about senses, and rationalism, which is about reason or reason. Yung keyword natin sa rationalism and empiricism, senses yung ating keywords. Now, yung opposite po ng realism natin is idealism. From the word itself, ideal, meaning ideas, meaning mind, concept, and this one is not tangible. This is value-centered curriculum. Dyan po yung religion, faith, and belief. So, if the let questions is all about religion or all about value, malamang idealism po yun. Pero later on, we will see on how to hit questions regarding philosophies. Now, the next one is naturalism. So, pag sinabing naturalism, this is the oldest philosophy, and innate. Or sinabing innate, andyan na yan from the start. And also development and growth. Now, the next one is progressivism. Yung progressivism natin is all about talent, skills, and it is a child-centered curriculum. So, ano yung keyword natin sa progressivism? Isa pa pong keyword is that striking the iron while it's still hot. So hindi ko na siya nilagay dyan, pero tandaan natin, striking the iron while it's still hot. Yung magpa-plancha daw tayo habang mainit pa yung plancha. So mamaya, ipapaliwanag ko sa inyo kung anong ibig sabihin nun. Now, the next one is constructivism. Creating new knowledge from prior knowledge. O ito yung tinatawag nating schema theory. From prior knowledge, then let's connect the prior knowledge to the new knowledge to create a new schema or to create a bonding knowledge between the two. Or a connection between the two. Now, sa existentialism naman, andyan yung choice. Kaya po, existence. Andyan tayo, may freedom tayo, interest, will, may independence, and andyan yung decision making nung mga bata. Now, sa behaviorism. When it comes to behaviorism, it is environmental factor, and there should be a change in behavior because of external factors. Now, sa social reconstructionism naman. Again, social reconstructionism about society, and pagdating po sa question, it should be bringing the world to the classroom. So, again, if ever masyado pong mabilis yung ating discussion regarding this one, you can watch this video again and again, or you can download this video for you to be able to understand, for you to be able to yes, to understand this tutorial much better. Ano po? So, and also you can pause the video to write the keywords para di na po natin ulitin ang panunood. Ano po? Now, I have here some bullet questions regarding the philosophies of education. And again, we have tips and techniques on how to answer let questions when it comes to, or let Prof.Ed questions. Ano po? Now, the first one is to know the main point of the question. Then, we need to find the keyword. Then, of course, after finding the keyword, we need to eliminate the distractors by connecting the keywords to, by finding connections between the keywords and the options. Ano po? And also, the last one, of course, we need to choose the correct answer. So, ito po kasing elimination process. Ano po siya? From, we have 4 options, di ba? 4 options. Yung 4 options natin, meaning to say, nasa 25%, we have 25% chance of getting the right or the correct answer. Ano po? If ever makapag-eliminate tayo ng dalawang maling option, then of course, our 25% chance of getting the correct answer will now be 50% chance of getting the correct answer. Mataas-taas na yun. Ano po? Kaya walang tsambang salet. It's based on scientific method. Ano po? From 25 to 50 to 100%. Now, question number 1. Teacher Joy sees to it that her classroom is clean and orderly so her pupils will less likely disarrange seats and litter on the floor. On which thought is her action based? Ano po? So, A, B, C, or D. Behaviorism, existentialism, progressivism, or reconstructionism. Now, again, the first step is to find the keyword. So, alin po dyan yung keyword natin? Alin po yung keyword natin? So, ang keyword po natin dyan is her classroom is clean and orderly. Ano po? Again, our keyword for this question is that her classroom is clean and orderly. So that her pupils will less likely disarrange seats and litter on the floor. Ano po? So ngayon again, the second step is to find connections between the options in the keyword. Now, letter D, reconstructionism. Reconstructionism is about society, di po ba? And letter C, progressivism is about talents and skills. About po ba yan sa society? About po ba yung ating keyword sa talents and skills? Or letter B, existentialism. Choice, freedom, will, decision making. About po ba yan sa choice, freedom ng mga bata? And letter A, behaviorism. About environmental factor or change in behavior because of environmental or external factors. Now, the question in this one is that alam nating hindi siya society, hindi talent skills, pwedeng choice, pero yung tanong ko, ano po? Sa question ba, meron bang posibleng change of behavior because of external factors? Then, if yes, so yung sagot natin dyan is letter A. Ano po? Behaviorism because of environmental factor. Ano po yung environmental factor natin dito? Ito pong pag-ayos ni Teacher Joy sa kanyang classroom. Yan po yung environmental factor. Yan yung ating external factor to change the behavior of her pupils. Ano po? Now, question number 2. Teacher I is of the thinking that from the very start, students must be made realize that study is indeed a hard work. To which philosophy does Teacher I adhere? Ano po? Now again, we need to find the keyword in the question. Ano po? So ano ba yung keyword natin dito? So yung keyword natin dito is made realize that study is indeed a hard work. Ano po? Yan yung keyword natin. Now again, step number 2, connecting the keyword or finding connection between the keyword sa question and the options. So, simula ulit tayo sa letter D. Letter D is reconstructionism, which is about society. About po ba yan sa society? Letter C, essentialism, which is about, which is about the basic, the fundamentals, the 3 R's, and the important subjects. Ano po? And letter B, about po ba yan sa forever or permanent or unchanging? And letter A, about po ba yan sa talents and skills, progressivism? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano po? Now again, going back to the question, made or going back to our keyword which is, or keywords which are made realize that study is indeed a hard work. Is study, diyan po ba sa question na yan, yung study ba pino-point out na ito isang importanteng bagay or indeed a hard work? If yes, if pino-point out po dyan na essential or kailangan or basic or fundamental yung study, kailangan ipa-realize sa mga bata na yung study is a fundamental, is a basic, is needed, then of course, yung sagot natin dyan is letter C. Ano po? Essentialism. Okay, question number 3. If your students appear to be more interested in a topic outside of your planned lesson, for the day, you set aside your lesson plan for that day and take the opportunity to discuss the topic of particular interest to your students, striking the iron while it's still hot. Which philosophy governs your action? Again, binanggit ko kanina yung striking the iron while it's still hot. However, again, we need to find the keywords. We have there, yun nga po, striking the iron while it's still hot. And also, we have setting aside the lesson plan and taking advantage or opportunity to discuss the topic of a particular interest. Ano po? Ngayon, kahit andyan na yung striking the iron while it's still hot, gusto ko pa din pong i-point out yung ating ibang keywords dyan. Ano po? Yung setting aside the lesson plan and taking the opportunity to discuss the topic. So, kahit alam na natin yung sagot dyan na progressivism, dadagdagan ko pa din ng input kung paano naging progressivism yan. Ano po? So, ngayon, yung teacher daw nagtuturo. Tapos, yung mga bata, mas interesado. For example, nagtuturo ako bilang isang teacher. Yung mga bata, nakita ko mas interesado sinda on that moment sa arts. Ano po? Mas gusto nilang matuto ng arts. So, ako ginawa ko, tinigil ko yung topic ko at nagturo ako ng arts. So, yung arts ba is a talent or a skill? So, na-develop ba yung talent and skill ng mga bata dahil sa ginawa ko? If yes, so yun na nga. Striking the iron while it's still hot, na-develop yung talents and skills ng mga bata. So, therefore, yan po ay progressivism. Ano po? So, next question. Specialization is knowing more and more about less and less. Then, it is better to be a generalist, claims Teacher Chen. On which philosophy does Teacher Chen lean? Now, again, this question, we have there the keyword. Ano po yung keyword natin dyan? It's specialization. Ano po, specialization is another keyword for this kind of philosophy. So ngayon, i-breakdown muna natin. If our keyword is specialization, tingnan natin what is the connection of the keyword to the options. Ano po? So letter D, existentialism. Ano yung ating existentialism? It's about choice. It's about freedom. Di po ba? Letter C, essentialism. It's about basic fundamentals, the importance, the 3 R's, etc. Ano po? And also letter B, progressivism. It's about skills and talents. And letter A, perennialism. It's about forever, unchanging, constant, yada yada yada. Ano po? Now, what is the connection between the keyword to our or to the options? Saan po mas connected yung keyword nating specialization? And also knowing more and more about less and less. Ano po? So, ganito lang yun. Kung nag-aral ka mag-drawing, first thing is portrait. Nag-aral ka mag-portrait. Portrait muna tayo. Ano po? Nag-aral ka mag-portrait. Knowing more and more about portrait, mas nadadagdagan yung alam mo sa portrait, mas kumukunti yung hindi mo natututunan ko when it comes to portrait. That is knowing more and more about less and less. That is specialization. Halimbawa din sa mga major in mathematics, mas marami silang nalalaman tungkol sa mathematics, dumadami yung nalalaman nila tungkol sa mathematics, kumukunti din yung hindi nila nalalaman tungkol sa mathematics. That is also specialization. Now, based on my explanation, alam ko po na napo-point out nyo na kung ano yung tinutukoy nating answer, which is, it is about saan? Is it about freedom, basics, forever, or skills and talents? So, it is about skills and talents. Ano po? So, answer is letter B. Okay, question number 5. Schools should develop in the students the appreciation of humanities. This way, they become highly rational and moral, adheres with what educational philosophy. Ano po? So, step 1, finding the keywords in the question. So, ano po yung keyword natin sa question. Is it highly moral and rational? So, ganito po kasi yun. Kung titingnan nyo kung ang sasabihin yung keyword dyan is highly moral and rational, that pertains to idealism. Di po ba? Rational is rationalism, which is a part of idealism. And moral values, faith, is also about, beliefs is also about idealism. So, mali na po kayo kung yung rational and moral yung ating keyword. Ano po? And also, wala din yung idealism sa option. So, ano yung keyword natin? It is appreciation of humanities. Now, again, we need to find connection between the keyword and the options. Ano po? Reconstructionism is about society. Perennialism is about permanent and forever. Sana all may forever. Progressivism is about skills and talents and etc. And essentialism is about basics, fundamentals, and the 3 R's. Ano yung 3 R's pala natin? Inulit-ulit ko yung 3 R's. Yung 3 R's po natin is reading, writing, and arithmetic. Again, ulitin ko, reading, writing, and arithmetic. Now, appreciation of the humanities. Is it essentialism, progressivism, perennialism, and reconstructionism? Ano po? So, appreciation of humanities, so sasabihin nyo, ito sir ay basic and fundamental sa dapat alam ng mga bata. So, pag sinabi natin fundamentals, dapat from the start, natutunan na yan. Ano po? Or, alam mo, yung ating reading, writing, and arithmetic, dapat simula pa lang alam na ng mga bata. And, hindi yan nawawala. Ano po? So, yan yung fundamentals natin or basic concepts na kailangan matutunan ng mga bata. However, when it comes to humanities, humanities is not a basic concept. Masyado pong malawak yung humanities. Ano po? Masyadong broad yung humanities and also from the start, andyan na po yan. Hindi yan naalis hanggang sa mamatay tayo. Andyan yung humanities. Ang pagiging humane, ang humanities, pagiging humane, again, hindi pa nawawala. So, kung hindi nawawala at hindi rin siya basic, hindi siya fundamental siya, pero hindi siya basic concept. Ano po? So, ano yung tinutukoy ko dito? Hindi siya society, hindi siya skills, hindi siya talents. Is it essentialism or perennialism? Now, I know some of you or most of you will not agree with my answer. However, if I will be the one to take the let again and this question will show on my test questions, I will choose perennialism rather than essentialism. Ano po? You can validate my answer with other with other let na nagtuturo po ng let. However, again, if I will be the one to answer this question sa let mismo, kung uulit ako ng let, yung isasagot ko is perennialism, letter C. Ano po? So, number 6. Schools should help develop students to become enlightened and intelligent citizens of democratic society. Again, first step, we need to find the keyword on the question. What is the keyword? Is it democratic society? So, kung democratic society, yung keyword mo dyan, yung sagot mo is reconstructionism because reconstructionism is about society. Di po ba? Ngayon, mamali na agad kita. Mali ka dyan. Kasi, yung democratic society is of meaning to say, kadugtong lang po siya. So, democratic society or society is not the main point or not the main thought, not the main idea of the question. Basahin ulit natin. School should help develop students. Tulungan daw yung students natin to develop or to become enlightened and intelligent citizens. So, enlightened and intelligent citizens yung ating keyword. It could be choice, essentialism, it could be behaviorism, environment, or talents and skills sa progressivism. Ano po yung sagot? Now, paano naging mali yung, sabihin ko na mali yung existentialism? Paano naging mali yung existentialism natin? Kasi choice. Wala pong choice dyan. Kasi yung schools should help develop students. Meaning to say, may curriculum na yung school na ginagawa sa mga bata. Di po ba? Kasi to develop students to become enlightened and intelligent citizens, may curriculum na sinusunod. So meaning to say, the students doesn't have a freedom to choose what they want to learn from school. So it's not choice, it's not free will, it's not freedom. So it's not essentialism or existentialism. Now, It's between progressivism and behaviorism. Ano po? So, sa behaviorism naman, environment, may external factors ba dyan? Yes, it could be. The school is an external factors that develop students. However, our keyword is enlightened and intelligent citizens. Now, how can you be enlightened and intelligent citizens if the schools will not develop your what? Pag sinabing enlightened and intelligent citizens, sila yung mga bata na merong talents and skills. So, ano yung pino-point out sa pagiging enlightened and intelligent citizens dito? Is it dahil na-shape ka ng environment? Or dahil ang pino-point out dito ay yung talents and skills ng mga bata? To help develop students to become enlightened and intelligent citizens of the democratic society. So, yung sagot po dito is progressivism, letter A. Okay, question number 7. Let's give incentives and rewards to students who get a rating of 85%, adheres with what? Philosophy. So, ang gandang tingnan, ano po, sa LET, pag nakapasa ka daw sa LET na may rating ka ng 85%, bibigyan ka ng incentives and rewards. Again, what is the keyword on the question? Mag-isip po tayo, what is the keyword on the question? The keywords are the give incentives and rewards. Ano po? Now, finding connections between the keywords and the options. Letter D, basic fundamentals or essentials. Letter C, change in behavior due to external factors. Letter B, progressivism, talent, skills. Letter A, free will or choice, freedom, yada yada. Ano po yung connection? So, yung may if we give incentives and rewards, it pertains to what? So, para lang po siyang yung classical conditioning ni Ivan Pavlov, stimulus and response. Ano po? So, may stimulus, kaya may response. Dito, ano yung stimulus natin? Yung incentives. Para makakuha ng response na 85% of rating. So, ano yung sinishape mo sa bata? Ganito pa. Kapag yung bata, lagi mong pinapalo kasi ayaw mong nagnanakaw siya or kumukupit siya sa bulsa ng nanay mo. So, ano yun? Ano yung dinidevelop mo sa bata? It is the behavior. So, yung incentives and rewards, it is an external factors that affects the behavior of the examinee to get 85% rating. Ano po? So, yung sagot natin dito is behaviorism. Number 8. Teacher Arian says, the learner is a product of his environment. Sometimes he has no choice to determine, and he is determined by his environment. She is A. Again, the learner is a product of environment without even rationalizing this one. And also, he is determined by his environment. It's all about environment. So, the answer to this one is automatically behaviorist because it is external factors. We are talking about the behavior of the children based on the environment. Ano po? As compared with Teacher Tess, ang sabi naman ni Teacher Tess, Tess, the learner can choose what he can become despite his environment. So, ano daw si Teacher Tess? Of course, if you can choose, andyan na yung choose, ano po? If you can choose to be who you are, to do what you want to do, to learn what you want to learn, to be yourself, despite of your environment, then, of course, you have the freedom. If you have the freedom, you have the will, you have the free choice, you have the decision, and of course, that is existentialism. Ano po? And the last but not the least, scaffolding is integral part to the blank theory of learning. So, ano yung scaffolding? It is theory of Lev Vygotsky. Ano yung example of scaffolding? One-on-one tutorial with a pupil, peer discussion between your students. So, those are the two examples of scaffolding. So, ano yung part? Pero po dyan yung hindi masyadong marunong and the more knowledgeable one. So, tinutulungan ng more knowledgeable one yung hindi masyadong marunong. So, ano yung pinaka malapit sa options? Again, we have the keyword scaffolding. We need to find the connections between the keyword and the options. Letter D, constructivist. Ano yung constructivist natin sabi kanina? Constructionism. Connecting prior knowledge to the current knowledge or schema. schema theory ni Piaget. Ano po? And the next thing is the essentialist, which is about forever. Essentialist, hindi po. Yung essentialist natin is not forever. It's the basic, important, and fundamentals. And existentialist, free will, and behavior is about the environment. Ano po? Now, again, what is the, ano po yung may pinaka-malapit na connection between the keyword and the options? Is it scaffolding, environment ba? It's free will ba? It's forever ba? So, kung may tumutulong sa'yo matutunan, tinutulungan ka matutunan, yung mga dapat mong matutunan, ano po yun? Connecting, kaya scaffolding, sabihin na natin scaffolding may mga connection. Simula sa baba hanggang sa pinakataas, doon na lang tayo. Basic explanation, ano po? So, construct, scaffold, construct. So, yun na, constructivism, prior knowledge to current knowledge, which is schema, and also schema theory of Piaget. Ano po? So, yun, thank you again for watching. I hope you have learned something out from this one. And again, if I am too fast, you can download this video offline. You can also watch this again and again if you have a lot of data rather. If you want more, please subscribe, follow, then share my videos for us to help more people who want to pass the LET. Ano po? So, thank you so much and have a good day and Happy New Year.